Anastasia is tasked with determining the height of a pine tree on the college campus. She aligns the tip of her shadow with the tip of the tree's shadow. If Anastasia is 150 centimeters tall, her shadow is 2 meters long, and the tree's shadow is 6 meters long, how tall is the tree? We begin by drawing a diagram. We have the pine tree and the pine tree's shadow, and we see that together they form a right-angled triangle, with the hypotenuse of the triangle linking the tip of the tree with the tip of the tree's shadow. Within this triangle, we have Anastasia, who has positioned herself so that her shadow and its tip align with the tip of the tree's shadow. We can also see that Anastasia and her shadow form a smaller triangle, and it is important to note that the hypotenuse of the smaller triangle that links the tip of Anastasia's head with the tip of her shadow is parallel to the hypotenuse of the bigger triangle. We can already see that these two triangles are similar, but we still need to do a little bit of work in order to determine the height of the tree. We have been given 3 measurements in this question. We have been given 1.5 meters as the height of Anastasia, 6 meters at the length of the tree's shadow, and 2 meters as the length of Anastasia's shadow. The first thing that we are going to do is solve for the hypotenuse of the smaller triangle, and we are going to do this using the Pythagorean theorem. We will substitute 1.5 and 2 as a and b to get 1.5 squared plus 2 squared equals c squared. Evaluating these squares, we obtain 2.25 plus 4 equals c squared, which evaluates to 6.25 equals c squared. To solve for c, we take the square root, which is 2.5. Note that we ignore the negative square root because we are dealing with positive lengths here. We have already been given one of the side lengths of the bigger triangle, which is 6 meters. And note that we have 2 meters that is parallel to this line, and so we have to determine the variable by which we multiply 2 to get 6. We call this variable x. Dividing both sides by 2 gives us x equals 3. And so now we know that we have to multiply each side of the smaller triangle by 3 in order to receive the height and the hypotenuse lengths. We now have 1.5 meters times 3 equals 4.5, and 2.5 times 3 equals 7.5. And so we have the other two side lengths being 4.5 meters and 7.5 meters. Before we finalize our answer, we are going to double check that these lengths are correct. And we will do this by solving the Pythagorean theorem on the left and right hand side separately. Evaluating the left hand side gives us 4.5 squared plus 6 squared, which is 20.25 plus 36, and gives us 56.25. Evaluating 7.5 squared gives us 56.25. And so now that we have justified our answer, we can say that the tree is 4.5 meters tall.